The Warriors, a really impressive defensive effort. They clamped Houston up in game one. Game two, a different story. Early on, Ahmed Thompson here with a miss as he goes for the rebound. Unfortunately, he and Jimmy Butler get tangled up, and Butler hits the deck, a pelvis contusion, and he would not return to the game. You can understand the significance of that as they were behind and trying to come back. Alperen Şengün down low, three the hard way, Rockets rolling up 17. The late going in the first half was nuts. It was 1-3 after another. Steph Curry hits an absurd three. Then Jalen Green, who had a rough first game, he was nails in this one. Hits that three, and the Rockets lead by 14 heading into the locker room. Green with the steal. Out on his own. Don't jump with me. Woo! Green and the building on fire. Next Rockets possession. I can fly. That's only worth two. That's a three. He had 15 in the third quarter after 15 in the first half, and the Rockets up by 16, and again Butler out. This was going to be a huge uphill climb for the road team. Under 8 to go. Draymond slides to pick up Green. Green with an elbow, and he was assessed a flagrant 1. Can't do that. But this Houston team was in control, and they would continue to play from in front, in large part because Green was sensational. 38. And the Rockets get the win. A little chit-chat there. Afterwards, the chat from Steve Kerr about what they'll do in the Butler injury.
This is the playoffs. This is, it's an incredibly physical sport. Stuff happens, people get injured, and it's all part of it. And there's no time to lament anything. You can feel bad for your player, but you have to move on to what's next. And, so that's hopefully Jimmy will be able to play, but if not, then we've got to go through our options and put together a plan.
How good was Green on Wednesday? Some context. I'll tell you, he's the third youngest player in Rockets history with a 30-point game. Hakeem had one in '85 when he was 22. Moses Malone, the youngsters don't know how good he was, but look it up, Google it. He did it 3 times in '77 in the postseason when he was even younger. As for this game and how Green bounced back from a shaky beginning to this tremendous show in Game 2.
It was more so mindset. But yeah, that first game, the lights were bright, the crowd was here, the court looked huge. So yeah, I couldn't really get a chance to, settle in. My legs was a little shaky, but that's part of it. Went through it, and I feel like I did a good job answering back.
Cavaliers hosting the Heat, trying to take the first 2 on their home floor. Heat, of course, the 10 seed to crash the playoff party. Cavs leading by 3. Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Hunter cashes the 3, and the lead doubles up. Next Heat possession, Bam Adebayo with a turnover. Sam Merrill, of course. Why wouldn't you pull from 3 on a fast break, one-on-one? Because I'm going to make it. The lead's 9. Merrill again. Great swing from Mitchell. Give me all 3 of these. Cavaliers a quick 9-0 run. They lead by 12. Cavaliers up 13 off the Duncan Robinson miss. Mitchell. Strus is loose. This Cavalier team loves the 3 ball, and they're capable across the board. How about Mitchell? 11 threes in the second quarter, the most in a quarter in the history of the NBA's postseason. And the Cavs in control heading into the locker room. But this Heat team rallied. Heat culture. That is a Davion Mitchell 3. He had the monster overtime against Atlanta to help him get here. Mitchell had 18. It's a 4-point game. Tyler Hero, he had 33, game high, and it's a 2-point game. Big-time clutch buckets. That's what it's about this time of year. Mitchell delivers one. The lead is 4. Then it's Mitchell. 2.5 to go. Big-time hit. The lead's 7. Again, it's Mitchell. Pulls from deep. Splappa. 30 points for him, a team high, and the Cavaliers have had 120 plus in each of the first two of the series. It's the first time they've ever done that in franchise history. Mitchell's points largely came when it mattered most, 17 in the fourth. It's the seventh time he's had 15 or more in the fourth quarter of a playoff game since 2019, more than anybody else in the league over that span. He joins 2008 LeBron, the only Cavalier to have back-to-back 30-point games in the team's first two playoff games. So the top of the East looking pretty good. Boston looking to grab the second in its series over Orlando. No Jason Tatum with a wrist issue, missing his first ever playoff game. Jaylen Brown available, working on Wendell Carter. Step back, and he hits the three as the second half gets started with the Celtics up 4. Brown with the strip, out in transition. Banchero chasing but not going to catch him. Huge third quarter for Brown, sees up 14. Magic down 11. Banchero with a miss. Kristaps Porzingis gets absolutely drilled. An elbow there. Flagrant foul on Goga Batadze. And he put the butterfly on there, still got blood on his grill. Yeah. Playoff time. Got to keep in there, and he does. Batadze here on a grapevine from Banchero, and it's suddenly a 7-point game. Orlando hanging around. Banchero. This guy is so young and so good. How about a 32-9-7 stat line for him? Here comes Porzingis. Checking back in, and it's the clutch three from Derek White, who always delivers when it matters most. He had 17 points. Then it's Brown, who had a monster night in the absence of Tatum. What a luxury, high-arcing jumper to have this kind of depth of superstar scorers. Brown goes for 36, 3 more of them there, 10 boards, 5 assists. Close, but Boston gets the victory. Here's Porzingis, bloodied but unbound.
Honestly, how can I not come out like, oh, I have 5 stitches, I can't play anymore? Like, no, like my legs work, everything works, you know. So of course I'm going to be out there, and yeah. And as I said, you know me, I like these moments, you know. I come back out again, and get a little love from the crowd, you know.
Kendrick Perkins joins us now, and Perk, in the highlight I described it as such a luxury, which you've got in Brown, right? You talk about a Batman and a Robin. Brown's got plenty of Bruce Wayne in him, right? He's got the ability to be the guy when called upon. What did he most do tonight that impressed you? Or what most impressed you about what he did is how I'm trying to say it.
Well, first off, Scott, let me tell you, I apologize for my background. You know, my studio was giving me problems, but like my pastor Keon said, Lighthouse, come as you are. You know, I'm happy to be on here with you. That's
Heck
first
yeah,
thing.
we're
right?
happy to have
Second
you.
thing, second thing is this. Jaylen Brown, again, showed growth in tonight's game, right? Like, we know he could go out there, Scott, and get you 36 points, 10 rebounds. But it was the 5 assists for me, right? Being able to make guys around him better. But tonight he was efficient with his scoring. He picked his spots at the perfect time, and he mixed it up. Going to the paint, tacking off the dribble, getting downhill. On a night when Orlando Magic tried to muck it up and throw some dirt in the game. We saw elbows flying. We saw Kristaps Porzingis get his head bust open. Blood was leaking. The champs held their composure, and the leadership of Jaylen Brown got them through this game two with a victory without Jason Tatum.
Houston evens up its series with Golden State. As we look down the road, clearly the availability or the absence of Jimmy Butler is going to be critical. Just how critical will his absence or availability be to your estimation, Perk, of which way this series goes?
Well, I mean, we saw it when he got traded there, Scott. Think about it. I mean, before Jimmy Butler got traded there, Steph had one foot in the grave, the other on the banana peel. And all of a sudden, Jimmy Butler gave them life. Jimmy Butler is the Swiss Army knife of this team. He does every single thing you need him to do. He unlocks a different version of Steph Curry, a bona fide second option. If they don't have Jimmy Butler for one of these games or 2 of these games, the Rockets are going to win this series. I strongly believe that this is a confident group, well-coached group by Ime Udoka that hang their hats on the defensive side of things. the Warriors definitely need Jimmy Butler back in Game 3.
I got time for one on Jalen Green. This is a young man who hopefully has a ton of runway in front of him. A performance like we saw in Game 2 after a dud in Game 1 certainly speaks volumes about what he's capable of. What did you see from him this evening?
Again, we saw growth. That's what I saw out of this young man. Look, it's hard, right? I live in the city of Houston. I heard all the chatter around his performance from Game 1. And this young man locked in, stayed even keeled, and came out and put on the performance, right? 38 points in a must-win, right? They needed this win. If they didn't get this win, I felt like Golden State was going to sweep them. And so the outside shooting has always been a problem this season for the Houston Rockets. They ranked 25th or 26th in the league this season at three-point shooting. Jalen Green came out there tonight and put on a hell of a performance, especially with his outside shooting and his shot making that was well needed for the Houston Rockets. And that's going to be needed for the Rockets as they try to go further into the postseason.
Perk, appreciate you. Don't apologize for that, for the background. Tall guys like us like high ceilings. We don't bump your head on the door jamb. That's not a problem in that spot. I like that. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Scott. Thanks for having me.